Well, we have another interesting development in regards to The Amazing Spider-Man 3. This time, it's backtracking and the reason for why it can't happen. Maybe. It's all very confusing. I'll try to make it simple. So we've talked about the fact that Andrew Garfield's stunt double confirmed that The Amazing Spider-Man 3 was happening in some replies on his own post. And then people were like, okay, wait, so you're in The Amazing Spider-Man 3. And then he goes back to it and says, well, no, I'm not. I'm not in it. I don't know anything about it. So that's that. But people are digging a little bit more into it because where he's replying with this is the video that has him talking about the recovery of his Achilles tendon and the healing process, which he ended up injuring his Achilles tendon, which means obviously you got to go through rehab and everything. So people are taking this as a, well, he's injured, how can he possibly be shooting The Amazing Spider-Man 3? Well, first and foremost, they're literally not going to start shooting this week or next week or the week after. Let's say, for example, they greenlit this thing in the past week or the day before Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's put it that way because who knows why. Do you guys think they've hired the directors everybody needed, had everybody originally involved with the original film sign off, and had a completed script? Are they just going to shoot the original Amazing Spider-Man 3? Like, do you guys see what I'm saying here? Like, him saying I'm injured, you can't do it, that means nothing. They're not, like, people seem to have forgotten how film happens. Like, they're not just going to suddenly shoot and put it out in 3 months. This isn't a CW show where you shoot one episode and put it out 2 months later. We're talking about a big budget film that would have to be happening here. And again, they're still working on the other Spider-Man and Venom and everything else. This would have to fall in line. They're not just going to greenlight The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and jump straight to that without doing anything else. They're not just going to pivot their entire plan, MCU universe connection and everything else, to pivot hard for TASM 3, a sequel to a film that barely made any money. So now with him saying, I don't know anything about it, I'm not in it, after saying he's in it, honestly, I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. I guess that's really the best way you can approach this scenario. There's a lot of hopes. Sony certainly seeing the response. So maybe it's happening. Maybe he's been told something and he jumped the gun again because he's done that before. Plenty of actors have at this point. So maybe something will happen. Maybe something formal will be announced. Again, we don't know. If we assume that there's a 2-year cycle with Venom films, which seems to be what they want to do, maybe somehow Spider-Man connects to that, or it gets a front row seat ahead of that in terms of development. Again, I'm assuming the big trades would be the first one to report something official, which I guess that's the next step of keeping our eye on what is going on and who could be dropping what piece of info and what happens next. Definitely don't trust Andrew Garfield, though. Don't trust him. Because, you know, the werewolf.